All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Horror Returns. I'm Lance, and with me, as always, co-hosts Brian and Philip. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Much.
And bone dry here in Florida, guys. No rain on the horizon. Been 6 inches below average rainfall or something like that. I heard it's really dry out near San Antonio, guys. Philip,
I
is
don't
it dry
know.
where you are? Or are y'all close enough to the ocean?
A little. I mean, it rained a couple weeks ago, pretty good. So, and it's been a little bit cloudy out. I'm kind of surprised it's doing that in Florida because it normally
Yeah.
rains when it's bright and sunny out over there.
Yeah, so one of my buddies that's lived here a while says wait till about May 15th and then it rains like a little bit every day. So we'll see.
Yeah, just not a lot of April showers, I suppose.
I guess not. Brian, y'all still getting snow?
Last week am I on mute?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, last week we got like 5 inches of snow.
I was kidding.
One day.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
But then it all melted like the next day, and it's been raining the last couple days.
Okay.
It's been weirdly chilly here until the past week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always get the sea breeze here. You probably do too, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah, it's warming up though. I spent the whole last week in an attic.
Oh boy. Well,
yeah.
learn to
Fun
appreciate that breeze. All right, we're done with the weather returns. What you guys got for cool of the week?
Who
I'll
wants to
jump
go
in
first? Okay.
because mine is not really horror related. Well, sort of. Okay, so we watched Cellular, right?
Yeah.
And
Sure.
his Captain America's blonde buddy at the beginning.
Yes. Yeah, that
I
dude's
saw him and I
hilarious.
went, I know that guy. What do I know him
Right.
from? And then I started looking at some stuff, and I ran across Fired Up. You guys seen this one?
No.
Oh man,
I don't think so. Fired Up.
It's
Like a
from
weed culture movie?
it's from like 2006, and I think 2010 maybe. Whatever. It's like one of those high school get chicks movies, right? And
Right.
it's like this dude and his buddy are like the top football players. And instead of going to football camp because they're trying to get girls, and they're going to go to
Sure.
El Paso where it's hot as shit and it sounds awful and there's no women for 2 weeks. And then they
Uh-oh.
overhear some cheerleaders talking about the cheer camp that they're going to. So they decide to go to cheer camp. And
Makes
so it's
sense,
Fired
yeah.
Up. F-U. How do you spell
Oh,
Fired Up?
I get it.
F-U. I
Okay.
think that's how you spell it.
That's hilarious. Sounds pretty
Dude.
good, man.
It is such an underrated movie. It's one of those little under the radar horny teen, comedy movies that's fucking classic, dude. I love that movie. I remember seeing it when it first came out, and it's one of my favorites.
You remember seeing that guy in the Dumb and Dumber prequel?
Is that what he was in?
Yes, sort of. I
He
don't
was young Jim
particularly-
Carrey.
Yeah, I don't particularly remember the movie, but that works. I think he makes a good young Jim Carrey. Although that wasn't a great movie, so from what I remember, I don't even really remember any of it. So
Is it called Dumb and Dumberer or something?
Yeah.
When Harry met Lloyd.
But
Jeez.
Fired Up is fantastic, and
right.
he's one of the leads in that one, and it's so. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm telling you, it's great.
Give me an F. All right.
I only got one movie, and I finished a TV show. The movie I watched was Death of a Unicorn. with,
Oh, I
Paul
wanted to
Rudd.
hear about this. Okay.
Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, Richard E. Grant, who, Lance, you thought that was Hugh Grant.
I did.
Oh, it's like his brother or some shit, though.
I looked it up because I thought they were related, but I guess they're not related. They
Oh,
just
really?
happen to be-
No, they look just alike. We're in the Mandela effect now.
I know.
This movie is a horror comedy, but it's more comedy than horror. You get some horror stuff when the unicorns attack. Basically, Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega are father and daughter, and
Okay.
he's driving to a client's house, and she has to come with him because the mother had passed away, so it's just them. And on the way to the client's house, they live out in the mountains or the woods or something. He hits a unicorn, and they take the unicorn because they don't want to leave it in the road. And they notice that the blood from the unicorn has healing factors. And of course, Richard E. Grant and his family are like rich assholes who wanted, they got the cure for cancer. How can we profit off of this? And
of course,
it's very dry humor. And I can see people neither loving or hating this movie.
That's understandable.
And Jenna Ortega,
it looked like it was going to be one of those.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega, she's doing her Jenna Ortega thing. Paul Rudd didn't exactly fit in this movie for me.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I would say the person who does steal the show is Will Poulter, kid with the eyebrows.
Oh, he's good, man. He showed up in an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, he's such an asshole in this movie.
He
plays
stole
a great
the trailer.
Asshole.
Like he was just chewing up scenery in just the trailer.
It continues through the movie. He is definitely a highlight in the movie, and the CGI on you got to take the movie for what it is, because the CGI on the unicorns is not great at times. But some of the deaths are pretty fucking gory. Some impalements with the unicorn horn happen.
Okay.
So if I had to give it a score, I'd probably give it like a 6.5.
Not bad. Ooh, two-thirds good, right?
It's definitely not the serious, dark themed movie you would come to know with A24. It's more silly, which is good.
That's
they wanted to branch out and do other things, and
right.
This one wasn't a complete miss. It does have its moments.
Well, not exactly a glowing review, but I'll still watch it.
Yeah. I'm gonna check it out for sure.
And I watched the season finale of Daredevil: Born Again.
Oh wow! Is that your cool of the week?
Absolutely.
Make it a double.
I'm not going to spoil.
I'm not done.
I'm not going to spoil anything. But there's a scene where the Kingpin takes somebody out, and I yelled out loud. I was like, Disney Plus, are we really doing this?
Ooh. All right.
A lot of F-bombs, a lot of blood, some gore, some broken.
I'm just saying,
Daredevil then.
Well, I don't even remember seeing this in Daredevil.
Oh, nice.
Not the Netflix one, yeah.
It has to do with somebody's head.
Oh wow!
And there's a great team up scene with the Punisher.
I know it's building.
So definitely cool of the week. Solid season. It definitely sets up things for season 2, and it sets up because from what I understand, John Bernthal's writing the Punisher little standalone thing that's going to be on Disney Plus. Because he apparently a lot of the stuff in the Daredevil show came from him, because they gave him the script and he was like, Frank Castle wouldn't do this or wouldn't say this. This is what he done. And if he's taken over the standalone, I don't know, it's kind of like a Werewolf by Night. That's what they're doing with
like a one-off single, like hour-long.
If they're doing that, what they did in this and that, then that one's going to be pretty fucking awesome. That's all.
Yeah, like in the comic books, guys. Like in the 80s, when I was really big into reading a lot of the Marvel comics, they would have like a 2 or 3 issue limited series or something like that. And I know the Punisher had several, and like Hawkeye had one, and Wolverine had like 20 different story arcs with. But like that's kind of like, I guess, sort of reminds me of what they're talking about with a one-off. Like it's part of the universe, but it's its own little thing. Like you could just watch that and not have to to keep up with every single month reading the same comic storyline.
Yeah, and they didn't. It was a pretty standalone story, very gritty. There was, from what I remember, there was one person from another Marvel Disney Plus show, but it was a minor character. It was just enough to know you that it's in that universe. But they
Yeah.
didn't have to throw a whole bunch of people in there.
Yeah, they didn't make it like a Royal Rumble, Philip.
Yeah, man, I remember reading one that was fantastic when I was a kid. It was I think it was called Hearts of Darkness, and it was like the Punisher, Wolverine, and
that sounds
Ghost Rider.
familiar. Yeah, that sounds very familiar. I think I read that one.
And they teamed up against I can't remember who it was, Darkheart or Mephisto or something. It was bad.
Of course, yeah, of course. All right, well, that's my cool of the week too, Brian. But I just finished the second act, like episodes 4, 5, and 6. So I did the arc where, not to give too much away, but they introduced you to Frank Castle again, and then they had the episode that was the bank robbery. And I'm like, get in your fucking costume, Daredevil. Get in your fucking costume. And then he does. So I'm like,
you can see what's going on. Fuck.
What's his name is fantastic, I think, in the show. James Gandolfini's son, Tony Soprano's son. He's the Kingpin's, the mayor's, like his little underling that's basically the kiss ass.
Yeah, he reminds me of a tech bro a little bit, He's coming in there. It's pretty cool. Like, he's smart with computers and shit. And he's like, I've got all the connections, Mayor.
Yeah.
I work for you. Follows him around like a puppy dog. Philip, are you into it yet at all?
No, I haven't started it. But now that the season is over, I'm going to have to.
Yeah, now it's time.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, because if I watch it, I'm going to binge it. If I get stuck halfway through and all the fucking episodes are not out, it pisses me off.
Yeah, it's done now, so.
Yeah.
I just binged that 3-episode arc. And so I've got it's 9 episodes, dude. So if you do 3, 3, and 3, that's kind of like bite-sized pieces,
Because I would say 7, 8, and 9 are kind of like an arc itself.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Makes sense. It seems like they're doing it that way.
So does Daredevil have a different suit in this one? I keep seeing the preview, and he's got the white suit.
He has. They show something.
Okay.
To many suits.
Okay. I don't know. We'll get there.
His wheels are turning. Yeah, Black Mirror continues to be good. Are you done with them, Brian?
I haven't even started.
I haven't either. I totally forgot about it. I didn't even know it was out until you said it last week.
Yeah, I've seen all of them except the final one that's an hour and a half long, which is the Star Trek knockoff episode, part 2.
Yeah, I heard they made it an hour. I heard they made it an hour and a half because it originally was supposed to be a spin-off movie.
Ah, okay. Well, it basically is a movie then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just some trippy shit. I'm not going to give anything away. Y'all need to check it out because every one of them has a twist, right? So you'll be like a third of the way through the episode before you know what the fuck's going on. The second one was amazing, where this chick starts feeling the Mandela effect, and it's trippy.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, then there's another one that has very heavy LSD use in it. It's crazy.
Yeah. That Miley Cyrus season didn't get me excited about the rest
No,
of it,
that was trash. Much better. Yeah, it's back. It's back to form. And it seems like the episodes with the British actors, Brian, I like them better for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just because they're being written, by British writers primarily. Like Charlie Booker's a limey, right, Phil? The creator, I think so.
I'm sure he is. Yeah, it started in England.
Pretty sure he's done some mob type stuff, or I don't know.
Okay.
Just stick with Black Mirror. I think maybe he left it and came back or something. It feels like because that Striking Vipers episode with Captain.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Miley Cyrus.
that was the Miley Cyrus season where I was like, I don't know if this is really still Black Mirror or not.
Getting out there. Stay in your lane. All right, Daredevil Born Again gets 2 votes and fired up.
Fired
All
up. F you.
F you. And on to horror headlines brought
I
to you by
promise you,
Brian.
watch it tonight. You will thank me.
All right, if I can talk AJ into it. If not, I'll have to check it out later.
It's great.
All right, Lance, are you familiar with an author named Christopher Golden?
No, I'm not.
Well, you might have a couple books to add to your yearly read. He's had 2 books in the past week optioned for movies. The first one is going to be directed by Scott Derrickson. It's called Road of Bones. And
I have heard of that.
Yeah, and Michael B. Jordan's production company, Outlier Society, is developing the other one, and that one's titled The House of Last Resort.
Oh, man. All right, I'm going to check these out. All right, so The House of Last Resort and what's the other one? Road of Bones?
Yes.
All right, I'm adding to the list, guys.
All right, Jessica Chastain is going to star in the Boogeyman director Rob Savage's Indecent Incidents Around the House. And you guys remember Rob Savage, like I said, the Boogeyman, Dash Cam, Host.
That Dash Cam? The one set in England during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Oy. Oh boy. All right. Well, should be interesting.
Hadn't seen Jessica Chastain in a minute. So.
Yeah, I was when I was doing the notes, I was trying to remember when was the last thing I seen her in.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah. Silent Night, Deadly Night remake news. It's got a couple casting notes here. Rowan Campbell. You guys remember him, Lance? You probably not gonna instantly like him for the last movie he was in, Halloween Ends.
I don't remember him. I'm not getting a visual here.
He was the one that they teased was gonna take over for Michael Myers.
Oh no, I'm out. Whatever this is, I'm out.
Okay, see
out.
now.
You're gonna make us watch it anyway.
No, I wanted to talk about this because.
Okay.
Do you not like him because of the movie or because of his acting?
Probably the movie. I'd rather have Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean.
And then he walks away.
I gotta let the dog in.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what I'm seeing a lot of, and I don't blame the movie on him.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I guess give him everybody deserves a second chance, right?
Well, I didn't think he was bad in the movie. I just thought the character made no sense. Yeah. I didn't think his acting was bad.
Like why they even wrote that person in the movie is insane.
And I still stand on my statement that the storyline for Halloween Ends should have been the middle movie.
Yeah.
You should have if you're going to introduce that character, you should have introduced him in the second one.
And then killed him off, or brought him into the third, you think?
Brought him into the third, and then
did
whatever he was gonna do.
So at least he has some sort of reason to be there. It
was
like they put like 2 movies into one, and it didn't really make
like an afterthought.
Yeah.
They had a little too much Pineapple Express.
And I've seen people say the same thing you just said, Lance. Like, no, I'm out. If he's gonna be in it, I mean, he's not playing the same fucking character from Halloween Ends. And it made me think of that thing Sydney Sweeney said about being in Madam Web. She was like, I didn't make the movie. I was just in it.
Well, in her defense, she made a great movie last year. It just wasn't Madam Web.
It definitely was not.
You guys know she's trying to make a Barbarella remake?
I did hear that. Absolutely.
Like she's trying to
a year ago
produce it and star in it.
I'm all in.
Well, I think that she's big enough now where she can kind of call her own shots, and so she doesn't have to be in these shit movies anymore.
Yeah, because Immaculate,
Money
like
talks, though.
she was originally supposed to star in it like a while ago, but I guess she was too young.
Oh yeah,
That might have been awkward.
that makes sense. Although I don't know, she was pulling her tits out in Euphoria, wasn't she?
Was
Yeah,
she?
but I think
I
she
haven't
was.
seen
I
Euphoria.
think she was in her 20s. You haven't seen Euphoria? It'll make you feel weird.
I
I
haven't.
don't want to.
I don't know what that means. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen episodes.
Is it kind of like climbing the rope in gym class? Makes you feel kind of funny.
Not funny like that, but
Okay.
also in Silent Night, Deadly Night is Ruby Modine, Matthew Modine's daughter. Which the only thing I can think of her, I know she was in that movie Satanic Panic, but you probably remember her best
Okay.
from Happy Death Day. She was the roommate.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
And
I'm in for that. We're gonna watch it. Wait, who am I kidding?
It's-
We'll give this kid another chance.
it's directed by Mike P. Nelson. He did a lot of segments for the VHS series.
What do you think, Philip?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll check it out.
Well, good. I'm gonna make you guys.
Well, then I'll definitely check it out.
More Godzilla Kong sequel news. Sam Neill and I'm gonna butcher her name, Alicia Debnam Carey. She was in Fear of the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah.
Yeah, they joined the cast.
Okay.
I'm sure Sam Neill's gonna be doing his Jurassic Park thing.
Sam Neill's awesome.
Probably.
I like him. I don't care.
Yeah.
This isn't official. I've seen a lot of postings about it though, so I thought I'd bring it up here. It's been reported that Ryan Gosling is going to produce a remake to Killer Clowns from Outer Space because he's a big fan of the movie.
Yeah, I'm all for it. As long as he
Really?
produces it. I don't want to see him running around in a fucking clown suit.
Well, he wouldn't be the clown.
Probably not. He'll have to at least do a cameo, right?
Yeah, I'm
killed?
sure. Although maybe he will be in a clown suit, so you don't know it's him.
It could be.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I know somebody commented on the post on our Facebook page. They were just like, why? I mean, like, why not? I mean, if it's bad, then
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's like
Don't watch it.
Sure.
it's not like the original was a fucking masterpiece of a movie.
Masterpiece. Well, I hope they keep that cheesiness, you know? I really do. I hope they keep that. I hope they don't go overboard on the CGI and shit like that.
Yeah,
Well,
don't make it too serious.
If they're gonna do it, they have to work with the who were they? The
Chiodo brothers. Yeah. Oh, we got to find our sounder. We got to find our sounder from the Frightmare a couple years ago.
And this is through MGM, which everybody knows Amazon owns MGM, so we might not even have to go to the theater to watch this. This could just end up on Prime.
All right. With Ryan Gosling in a clown suit.
I like
And
Ryan Gosling, man. I'm digging him.
and our final news, I put this on here because I know friend of the show Tim Davis is a big fan of this franchise. It's coming back for a third movie. Happy Death Day 3 is officially in development.
Tim Davis. Big fan.
Huge fan.
I think he has you know how Naz always shows that Black Christmas DVD? I think that's what Tim usually does.
Oh, he's got the Steelbook limited edition.
They're gonna keep on kicking this Happy Death Day horse, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yes, they are, man.
Which was weird. I meant to talk about it last week because Christopher Landon, the director, basically said this was not happening, and then he let the news out how it was going to be like a 3-part series event on Peacock, and then that fell through. And then a week later, it was they were like, it's officially in development. So I don't know what happened in the past week, but it's coming.
Well, got to check it out.
Tim will be there opening night.
Oh, for sure. With his popcorn bucket with the hole in it.
Yes. Extra butter.
and some petroleum jelly.
That's what the butter's for, Lance.
Okay.
And
But
that's
it would leak
the
through the
news.
hole. I don't get it.
But it'll leak to where it needs to go, Phil. All right, that's the news. It got weird.
All right. Let's take a little trip down to the trailer park. Brian is going to bring us the big, the small, and sometimes the very, very weird. What's the first new trailer this week, Brian?
We finally got our first official trailer for 28 years later.
Okay.
Of course, this is directed by Danny Boyle, also written by Danny Boyle and Alex Garland.
Okay.
Stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jack O'Connell, Ray Fiennes, a bunch of other people. What'd you guys think? 28 years later.
Yeah,
first
man.
of a trilogy, which the second one's
what I
already
heard, yeah.
filmed. Second one's already filmed.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think already has a release date.
Okay.
Well, as long as it doesn't go the way of the Strangers, right? Or the Kevin Costner Western.
I'm digging the trailer on this one. Like the trailer is done really well.
Yeah.
So
that
hopefully the movie
creepy
will
element.
be too. I have no reason to think that this is going to be anything but awesome.
Yeah, it seems to emphasize more on the people that survived that weren't really infected, or maybe they were infected. Maybe they just the strain mutated to where they are infected, but didn't turn into. I know people get mad because they're not zombies, but I'm gonna just call them zombies.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
just call them
yeah.
zombies. That's what they look like.
So I'm kind of interested in that part because it kind of gives me a Walking Dead early days vibe, to where you didn't really have to worry about the zombies. You had to worry more about the other people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm worried this trailer gives a little too much away because, like, that very final scene with the priest, that's like, I didn't really want to know that was going to happen. That kind of gives a lot away. And is that one zombie Cillian Murphy? It looks like him.
They said no. They said he will.
Sure
They
looks
said
like
he.
him.
They said he will show up in one of the movies. They're not saying which movie, but they said that is. They said that is not him.
Okay. Looks like him.
Right.
Or they could be full of shit. And that
Don't
wasn't.
lie to me.
He'll become a good zombie by the second movie.
I'm into it. I've liked the first two movies, so I'm interested to see where they're going to take this story 28 years later. And I believe the second movie is called the Bone Temple. 28 years later, the bone, because we got that shot of that tower made of bones.
Jesus Christ. It's some heavy duty stuff, man.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Yeah.
I think
it's going to be good.
I think Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think he's been kicking ass lately in a lot of the roles he's been in.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
I like him in everything I've seen him in.
I'm to the point where let him have James Bond. Let him try.
Yeah,
okay.
I think he can pull it off.
Why not?
I mean, I originally I wanted Idris, but Idris came out and said he's like, I'm too fucking old to be doing it.
Yeah, he's past that stage, I think. But
yeah,
he would have been perfect.
If they were gonna do Idris, that should have been like Daniel Craig era.
I was thinking, ago, right? I know we're not talking about 28 years later, but I was thinking maybe they should do James Bond as a series, and each season it's a different actor.
Like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Well, where is it now? It's Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon owns it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I don't hate that idea.
I don't hate that idea at all.
Yeah,
I think they ought to do movies,
all these
series,
people with
spin-offs.
all these people with their fan castings, cast them all.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill could be season 2.
He could. Oh my God, Dane DeHaan could play Jaws.
And
from the Roger Moore movies.
No, Dane DeHaan would be like the one. Who was the one that was James Bond for like one movie?
Roger, was it not Roger Moore?
No, it was the other guy.
Timothy Dalton.
No, Timothy Dalton got 2 movies.
Oh, you're talking about
George
Goldeneye?
Lazenby. George Lazenby.
Yeah, George
Oh,
Lazenby.
oh, okay.
Paying the Hans to George Lazenby. He'd be a one and done.
Oh no, Goldeneye. He had a couple of them, didn't he?
That was
Yeah,
Sean
least 2 or
Connery,
3.
wasn't it?
No, Goldeneye. That was
Roger
Roger
Moore.
Moore.
no, it was the newer one.
Oh.
Oh, Goldeneye. You talking about the?
Oh,
Somebody's
Goldeneye. They
yelling
made
at
an
us right
awesome
now.
video
I know. I
game.
can't think of his fucking name right now. Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to make you guys watch Mamma Mia.
But he had 2 or 3 of them, I guess, didn't he?
I didn't like most of his movies. They were kind of.
He's
Which one was the
snarky.
one where he was
He's real
surfing,
snarky.
hang gliding surfing or whatever?
Was that?
It's pretty rough, man.
Was it a James
It was
Bond
like
one,
almost
or was that
parody.
one
Yeah.
that he,
Yeah, it was
where
a
he
James
stole
Bond
shit?
one.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember. It was like a parody, Philip.
Yeah.
It felt like a comedy version of James Bond. Austin Powers did it better.
I remember sitting in the theater when he started surfing. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Yeah, kind of like Escape from L.A.
Yeah.
Snake Plissken started surfing.
All right, 28 years later, June 20th in theaters.
All right. A little more excited about this one, I think, than Campbell, Rowan, whatever. Rowan Campbell.
Now,
All right, let me
Lance,
give him a chance.
Lance, you're gonna have to explain this one to me. The Life of
Okay.
Chuck,
Oh, yeah, this is
Direct-
going to be great.
directed by Mike Flanagan, starring Karen Gillians, Tom Hiddleston, David Dastmalchian. I think I got his name right that
Polka
time.
Dot
Oh,
Man.
Polka Dot Man, right?
Yep. Mark Hamill.
Ah, all right. Well.
He
Oh,
uses Mark
God.
Hamill a lot.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chewy. Oh,
Oh, I like him. I like him a lot.
Lance, can you explain the Life of Chuck? Because after the
I-
teaser and the trailer,
yeah.
I have no idea what this movie's
Didn't they
about.
already
It's-
do this movie?
yeah, they've been meaning to release this for like a year, haven't they? I mean, this one's been a long time coming.
What was the one with Ben Stiller? Didn't they have a Life of Chuck with him?
The Life of Walter Mitty.
Oh, wrong thing. Okay. I was like, I feel like I've seen this.
Close.
before.
Close. Oh man, no, it's hard to describe because it kind of
Have you read the book?
Oh hell yeah, I love it.
Okay.
And watching this, it's every scene in the trailer is right out of the book, right out of the book. So it's just basically it's hard to describe because it's in the life of somebody, but weird things start happening, and it's kind of almost like the oneness of the universe. Like, is what you perceive only what you're perceiving, or are you literally perceiving everything in the universe? And it's a trip, man. It's one of the trippier Stephen King books that I've read. That one and The Long Walk was super trippy. So
You're selling
kind of
me now.
ironic they're both coming
I like
out. They
that.
both have Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark
Mark
Hamill's
Hamill
the
must be an old
blockbuster.
acid head.
Fucking Mark Hamill.
I was
Yeah,
gonna I was
Terrible
gonna
actor.
say, is
He's
he
a great Luke Skywalker.
is he friends with Stephen King or something?
I think he is, yeah, and I think he's also friends with the filmmaker, right? Because hasn't he shown up in some of his series?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry if you hear dogs barking. I can't control.
Oh
Maybe
man,
the
it
dog.
wouldn't be a Horror Returns without dogs barking.
I'm looking at the cast list. There's also Matthew Lillard, Jacob
Oh
Tremblay,
wow,
Mia Sarah.
yeah, he plays young
that's,
Chuck, right?
That's a blast from the past.
Who?
Mia Sarah, Ferris Bueller's girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
How old is she?
I
That's
don't
about
know.
our age.
I'm fucking 60 by now. Okay.
Yeah, my age.
Of course, he's got his wife Kate Siegel in here.
I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
catch her in the trailer, but of course she has to be in it, right?
Oh, Lance, Harvey Gillian.
Ah, What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, he's in here too.
That's going to be a great movie.
I-
It's going to be
yeah.
great. Well, I don't know if it's going to be the best Stephen King movie ever. or
Right,
What it said in the
that's-
trailer.
Them's big words.
Yeah, I like in the trailer it said from the heart and soul of Mike Flanagan.
You had me at Mike Flanagan. I'm gonna watch anything that dude does at this point.
All right, this one is also coming to theaters June 6th.
Be there.
Yeah.
And that is the trailers.
You got some good trailers this week, man.
Yeah, all two of them, but that's cool. I went ahead and watched it. I went ahead and watched another couple of trailers because I started going down the YouTube rabbit hole. So
Which ones did you watch?
Oh, what was it? Fantastic Four.
Oh, the
First
new one?
Steps. Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I like
Yeah, it's got that
this
retro look Steve was talking about.
futuristic
Yeah.
otherworld feel.
Yeah. It's just the Fantastic Four is just it's a silly group.
I can stretch.
It kind of felt the trailer kind of makes you feel like they're gonna play into how silly it is.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I hope it's good. We'll see. They've been trying.
The only problem is I like the cast, but I'm not sold on Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm.
Oh
yeah, me neither. Like a flamboyant Johnny Storm. He looked like the pimp that landed in the snow and created a hot tub and got the chicks in it.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, man. But
my
who
favorite
knows?
Johnny Storm moment was Deadpool and Wolverine.
And it kind of
yeah, it was.
And it kind of seemed like him and the Thing were like buddy. I kind of liked the way it was in the other movies, how they just kind of had this back and forth shit talking.
Yeah,
hopefully they'll have some of that.
That makes more sense.
This one, they're all arms around each other, like, oh, we're friends. I'm like, no.
All right, on to some listener feedback. This week we're going to shine the podcast spotlight on the Glory Hole podcast.
The Gory Hole.
Oh, the Gory Hole. That makes more sense. All right. I don't know if I want to shine a spotlight on any kind of glory hole. The Gory Hole. That makes more sense. BFFs Jenny and Nikki. I'm sorry, Jenny and Nikki. Started a podcast because why not? The comedy horror podcast is dedicated to all things gory, gross, and kind of immature, like the Glory Hole. Each week, one of them will surprise the other one with a topic that could be gross, gory, or immature,
Glory Hole.
or just plain weird. So check out the Gory Hole podcast. Don't go to the wrong one. That's a different thing. All right. In regards to Ryan Gosling producing a new Killer Clowns movie, Nicole Pfeiffer says why.
There's that why, Brian.
Why
and
not?
Brian says why not?
If it's bad, then you don't have to watch it again. But if it's good, you got another great movie to watch.
Yeah.
Man, glass half full.
Yeah, it's not like they're redoing Stand By Me or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. In regards to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, Martin Bart says worst Texas movie ever.
Ooh.
I've been sick the past week, so I've just been watching random horror movies. I don't care what anybody says. This movie is fucking hilarious. You should watch it.
Who is in this one?
Matthew McConaughey and
Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
Oh,
she is so bad at it.
Yeah.
You should watch
by
it for
design,
that.
Philip.
And
I
Matthew
gotta see this one
McConaughey
again. I haven't seen it in a while.
He is fucking Lance. He is doing this. He is hamming it up. Like they told him, just do whatever the fuck you want. On when we say action, do whatever you want, and it works.
That's such a weird casting. Eddie Vastag says this one was just all around repugnant, annoying, and just a waste of film. This is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yikes.
Guy Demon Sinclair says the only Texas that has a death that still haunts me: the girl getting her head stepped on.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they great sound design on that one.
Ooh. I don't remember it specifically, but I take it.
Kind of splooshy, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Matthew McConaughey has for some reason, he has a knee brace on that has a remote control to it.
Oh. Remote control
Have we not
Negroes, why
done?
not?
Have we not watched this for a commentary?
Yeah,
Well, the idea's out there now, so we might have
Okay.
to.
not a terrible idea.
If anybody wants to watch it, it's on Shudder right now or AMC Plus.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna check it out. I haven't seen it in years.
And we have a Bondsman review, another one. Tony Zavaglia says, great show. My only complaint is that the episodes and season are not long enough.
Yeah, that's my only complaint too.
Oh, because you said they're like 30-minute episodes, huh?
Yeah, 30 minutes, and there's only 8 episodes, and when
That's not a lot of
me and my daughter finished it, like the 8th episode finished, and then I was like looking for something else to watch, and she was like, "We're not going to finish the show," and I was like, "That's it."
Right.
She was just like, "What?"
Hey, I like that. But I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's see. In regards to the Splattercast, Katie Olson says, found this guy a couple months back, and I've been binging the fuck out of his lists. Have found great movies, great movie recs. And for the movies I've already seen, I agree with almost all of his movie opinions, minus a couple. Even the
Okay.
reviews of his that I don't agree with, I'd still like to watch because he's got great takes and viewpoints on his reviews. I might actually rewatch Skinamarink because I liked his
Oh,
take
God.
on the movie so much.
Huh. Splattercast. Is that on YouTube, Brian?
Yeah, he's on YouTube. I found him. I also like YouTube videos where they have lists of recommendations, and he has some YouTube videos with recommendations of movies that I've never even heard. So,
All right. Awesome.
and Skinamarink, rewatching it, good luck.
Not me. Not me.
Dude, I still haven't watched it the first time because
You're
everybody
okay.
said it sucked so bad. And I'm like,
It's not
I don't want to sit
good,
through this.
but I think when me and Nez talked about it, we both agreed we wanted to reach out to the director because I think there's something that everybody's missing.
Okay.
Has the director done anything else?
He has another movie coming to Shudder. I forgot what it is. I think Shudder.
Well, all right. Maybe he's got something going. We'll see.
Skinamarink. Kyle Edward Ball, huh? I
Yeah,
thought you
that's
said
him.
something about the Land of Nod. You talked about that on News one week.
Yeah, that's what he's got coming.
Okay. Oh, it is a Clive Barker book, I think, right?
Yep.
All right. Mystery Saw, Philip.
There it is. All right. And The Beast Must Die. Hey. Matt Wood says, as recommended by Philip on the last show, and it was on my watch list, so let's do this. Thunder Twonk.
What a great fucking name.
I'll just stop it there. Thunder Twonk says, I saw this one on VHS back in the day. I even paused it where the film gives you time to figure out who the werewolf is. It's a lot of fun.
Why not?
And that's it for listener feedback. Our intro and logos come from Steve Carlton from The Geeks. Sorry he wasn't here today, but he was on the brink. But be on the lookout for some more great stuff from him. Also, our original skull artwork comes from Natsulani. Check her out on Instagram. And if you'd like to help us out, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. We'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount. And for $5 or more a month, also pick a commentary for a future bonus show. This was a Patreon pick, right? Or no?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Oh, this
Yeah,
was just
I
because
don't-
the new movie was coming out. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. New release.
All right. On to our main attractions. We get back into the theater for Drop, as well as 2004's Cellular. Well, you guys got back into the theater. I had to sail the seas.
Somebody brought a handy cam into the theater for you, huh?
Yeah, they were not playing it in my theater.
Oh, no. Well,
But we'll start with 2004's Cellular. A young man receives an emergency phone call on his cell phone from an older woman. The catch: the woman claims to have been kidnapped, and the kidnappers have targeted her husband and child next. Director is David R. Ellis, also known for Shark Night.
From an older woman.
I know.
Why
I
was that
know.
in the
Sounded like the
synopsis?
setup for
Like,
a
how
porno.
does he know?
I know. It's weird. Writers are Larry Cohen and Chris Morgan. Chris Evans did his own car stunts. Oh, that makes sense why he spun around that corner so fucking terribly. Before production began, he was trained for 5 weeks at a Los Angeles stunt school. Most of the stunts are done by the actors themselves.
That's cool.
There's a lot
Now
of fucking
that's
people in
trivia.
this movie. Yeah.
Why'd you bring out last week? Why'd you bring out the fucking German bus or whatever?
The
The
German,
trivia.
I can't remember.
Okay.
That was all. Oh, that's right. That's all they had.
Okay. That's for
What a
one of the
great
Howling
movie.
movies.
That's right. All right, Lance, you want to start us off on Cellular?
Yeah, this movie's cheesy, man. I'd forgotten how bad this was. I mean, it's not
What?
bad, but well, bear with me, dude. I mean, look, first of all, that silly video, like when he's talking to her and he can see her in the video, they didn't have that technology back then, did they? Maybe
They
I'm
don't have a lot of
misremembering.
technology in
What are you talking about?
movies nowadays.
In 2006, I
When he
mean, come on.
films Jessica Biel and he's playing it back later on his phone, it looks
Oh.
all super crisp.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't
I
have been
think it
that
was-
super crisp, but it was available though, right? Like that
Was
the
it?
thing.
I almost
think.
looked it up. I got too
Well, it
lazy.
was
But
the future of 2004, Lance.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, I don't know, man. This one didn't really catch me that much. I mean, I maybe I shouldn't have gone first. You guys are gonna roast me.
I'll
Look, Chris
go if you
Evans
want
was
me
fun.
to.
Yeah, Chris Evans was fun, but the setup to me was, I don't know, plot holy. What you got, Brian? What you
I
got,
don't
Brian?
know. I always thought this movie was fun. The cast is good. You got
Okay.
Chris
The young
Evans, Kim
Jason Statham.
Basinger, Jason Statham when he almost had hair.
There are a
Uh,
shitload of people in this movie. Every
the-
time somebody came
Yeah.
on screen, I was like, "Hey, I know that guy."
Yeah, the guy you were talking about from Fired Up.
Yeah,
Sure.
Dat
Jessica.
Fan.
Yeah, Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Forgot
Well,
she was in this.
Yeah,
she's pretty hot,
little
man.
cameo.
She's kind of next level.
William
Yeah.
H. Macy is the cop. The
Great.
classic days from retirement cop.
Oh
Gets
yes,
one
I was
case.
this close.
Even has to use his service revolver to kill somebody, and he even mentions
Yeah.
it. He's like, I was weeks away from this shit. Or he said something about 27 years. I didn't have to do this shit.
Now you listen here, Buckaroo. I was in this force for 27 years, and I never had to fire my weapon. Okay.
And it's good to see Jason Statham as the villain. I think he should do more villain roles.
Yeah.
He's just got a look and a feel to him that I think it just plays more better if he's a villain.
Yeah.
I
Definitely a bad
See
guy.
that?
I know it's outrageous, but I just like the storyline of she's doing whatever she can to get help, and she's like clicking these wires, and she gets a connection, and it dials his phone randomly. Sure, anybody would have just hung up and was like, "Lady, you're fucking crazy," but we wouldn't have got a movie.
Not Captain America though, huh?
Yeah, boy, she's hamming it up in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how the fuck did she hotwire a broken telephone, Brian?
Isn't she like a professor, teacher, or something?
She's a 10th grade biology teacher.
Which came in handy when she cut that guy up.
Yeah.
She cut
Well,
him, and
that
he
is
was like,
true. Yeah,
he
that
was
is
like,
true.
"Bitch, you think that's gonna do anything?" And then she was like, then she took him to class and was like, "Well, your body's gonna pump this much blood out."
Well,
That's
the
right.
old like rotary phones and shit, I think that's kind of how they work. As long as you've got
Is
like
it?
the phone line actually coming to the phone.
Well,
then-
you're the electrician, dude. I'm not. So
I mean, I don't know about telephone wiring a whole lot. I mean, aside
Okay.
from wiring little telephone jacks, but it might work that way.
My dad did that for a while. He worked for Southwestern Bell before AT&T took him over, and he subscribed to a magazine called Telephony. I said, Dad, what the hell is telephony? He was like, he was really into it. He worked on the phone lines and everything. So too bad Dad's not still here. He could set me straight on this one.
There you go. Let me tell you. Well,
Trying.
because at first I was like, is she just working on a broken phone on the floor? There has to be like a phone line coming into it. And then there actually was one. So
Yeah.
I'm looking
Creative
it up.
license.
It also had that one guy that's he's always an asshole in every.
Yes, I know
The
the guy you're
redheaded
talking
dude?
about.
No, the
The
guy
one
that
that
he
had
stole the
the
Porsche from.
Porsche.
oh yeah, that dude plays a dick
Yeah.
in everything.
Everything, yeah. He's
Hostile.
very typecast.
Yeah, he's from
Hostile. He
Hostile.
was what was he
Yep,
in a
Hostile.
couple years ago? Thanksgiving. He was the
Yeah.
dad in
Oh
Thanksgiving.
yeah, absolutely. That's him.
Plays the same guy in every movie.
He does.
Yeah,
He plays
same
a
haircut,
great
same
jack
teeth.
off though.
Douchebag.
But I enjoyed the movie. I thought it had some good action sequences, some good suspense to it. I mean, come on, you gotta love a movie where they named a kid Ricky Martin,
That's true.
which dates the movie because my daughter was like,
Oh yeah.
"Who?" I was like, "Ricky Martin."
Yeah, yeah. She might know Ricky Bobby better than Ricky Martin. I don't know.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It was a good rewatch. Like going back to see where Chris Evans started because
Yeah.
this was
He was
what
young.
he was doing this and Not Another Teen Movie. And
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
That's right. I
yeah.
forgot about that one.
let me look it up. Was this before Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I
Had
think
to have
so.
been, right?
Yeah.
I just kept expecting to hear him say, I can do this all day, like when he was driving the car. So.
No, this is super young Chris Evans, man. This was early days.
Pre-Fantastic Four, right, Brian?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. He
Yeah.
did Fantastic Four a year later.
Okay.
Yeah, but this one, like, I think he was known, but still like not big.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I kind of liked it, man. It definitely was cheesy. Like there was a whole lot of cheese, and you have to like just suspend disbelief on this movie completely.
Sure.
But it was a fun like 2000s era movie, like there were so many fucking people in this, like every person that popped up on the screen. The little Vietnamese artist guy that pops up, he was
Sure.
Somebody tell me to chill.
Yes.
You don't tell me chill, you chill. I chill you.
Yeah.
You're right, Phil. It had so many people that, like, if even if you didn't know the name, you've seen them in a bunch of things.
And I knew I recognized him. I looked him up. He was the winner of the first season of Last Comic Standing. Dat Fan was his name. That guy's hilarious.
There you go. Okay.
Jason Statham was great as a villain. I don't know why he doesn't do more villain roles because he's perfect for it. I mean, he's cool as the badass good guy too, but he really works as a villain.
Maybe he'll do some heel turn now.
Yeah. Kim Basinger was really the part for me where it was like every time she was on screen, I was like, all right.
Way overacting, yeah.
Yeah, she was hamming it up hard.
Does she have an accent?
Does she?
Like a southern accent, right?
Yeah.
It sounded like it. I think that's
Does-
legit. Isn't she from Houston or something?
Is she?
I could be wrong.
I didn't know that.
Now we're gonna look that up.
Yeah, she is
I'm pretty
from
sure she is.
I'd never heard that.
Like a Texas girl.
from Athens, Georgia.
Athens,
all right,
Georgia.
there you
Okay, Georgia Peach.
Because when she was talking, I couldn't get 8 Mile when she was in 8 Mile out of my head.
Yeah.
Right.
I just
To
never,
revisit.
I never really noticed her accent before.
Yeah, I didn't really notice a whole lot either. And usually a lot of the southern accents I definitely hone in on when they're not Texan. Because like the Texan
Okay.
accents, I don't
Distinct.
I don't even hear anything. But
Yeah.
but you throw somebody with Mississippi on, and I'm like,
Right.
are you faking this? What the fuck is this? That fucking Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, that kid. I was like, what kind of fake fucking bullshit Southern accent is this? Oh, well, it's really Alabama. But no, yeah, I had a pretty good time with it. It kept you entertained. I thought the pacing was pretty good.
Yeah, it was well paced, no slow
Yeah.
spots, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was
Well,
definitely Hollywood cheese, but
it had to
was
be
fun.
more paced. I think you're alluding to the next movie, Lance. I think it had to be because this
Okay.
is categorized as action thriller.
And that makes
Fair
sense.
enough.
That's exactly what this is an action thriller. That makes 100% sense. My daughter was watching it with us, and she was like totally entrenched in it.
Well, there you
She was
go.
watching it the whole time.
Yeah, it passes the test then.
Yeah. So it keeps your attention at least. It's got a lot of flashy lights.
Passes the millennial test.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. All right. So I guess we'll go scores. Lance, what do you think?
Right in the middle for me. It's a 5. Yeah, it's not great. It's not horrible. It's very cheesy, bad acting. Hard for me to figure out how to hotwire a phone, but Philip explained it to me, so 5 it is.
Because I think on the rotary phones, when you flip it, it just clicks it that number of times when it goes
Okay.
around.
You need
So
realism
I
in your
think it
movies,
does
don't
make
you?
sense.
Not necessarily, no.
I could be making
I like
that up,
silly
I don't
stuff too, but I don't know.
Well, Phil, you could have told me that that's the truth, and it sounded
know.
like the truth to me.
It
I
sounded
think
really
it's
good,
the
yeah.
truth. I feel like I've heard that before, but I could be making it up. It's possible.
Yeah. Well, she's lucky she caught someone at her area code, right? She could have reached somebody in New York and she was in LA and they're like, I can't do anything, sorry.
Oh, true. Long distance.
Just happened to call Captain America.
That's probably
How
before you
lucky
had to
can you
dial
get?
area codes.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Remember those days?
Oh yeah,
You
vaguely,
first.
vaguely.
Brian, what do you think?
I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 7. I thought the action
right,
was
nice.
good. The acting wasn't that bad to me. It was some of these people was like early in their career,
Yeah.
Sure.
and just thank God she was clicking wires and she got a hold of probably the nicest fucking guy to go through everything he went through to save a woman, which he didn't even know if this was true or not.
I know. And his
So-
whole thing was getting back with his girlfriend who said that he was like immature and all that shit.
Which he
Right.
never brought the t-shirts.
He never brought the t-shirts and they never went back to that
Yes, he didn't.
storyline until she fucked up his whole process.
That made my daughter so mad.
I know.
The scene on the pier, and she came and smacked him on the head and started yelling at him. And she was like,
What a bitch, huh?
"What is she doing?" But yeah,
But then they never went. I figured they'd go back to her at the end, and they didn't do that.
Maybe it's the
No.
after credits. We didn't stick around.
no, the
Oh,
after credits
related.
was every time he looked at his phone during the movie.
Yeah, that
It
was
was-
cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
That was horrible.
Well, but
That
that was
was
before
bad.
the after credit thing, you know, like there weren't after credit scenes back then. So that was like a fun
Yeah.
way to do the credits. So I don't
The
hate
first after credit scene I remember was the original Airplane. The cab driver was
really?
still waiting there. Yeah.
Oh.
Go back and watch it. You'll see
that.
what
All
I
right,
mean.
fair enough.
Go watch Airplane 2 when you get the after credits scene of coming soon, Airplane 3.
Yeah.
we
that's
never got it.
Never got it.
Bitches.
Never got it. Kind of like we never got Jews in space, right? After History of the World. Or we kind of did. Didn't they do part of that in that terrible History of the World Part 2 TV series on Comedy Central or whatever?
Speaking of in space, we never got Machete in space.
Oh, no.
Not yet. We haven't yet.
And Leonardo DiCaprio was supposed to be the villain, even though they didn't show his face, because clearly he wasn't in the fake trailer.
Right. Maybe they used Dane DeHaan.
Why not? I'm gonna
Hey,
go
or Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Well, he can play a
Okay.
good ridiculous villain. He's great in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. How about that? I'm gonna go 7 also. I had a pretty
Nice.
good time with this one. It was definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it in a while. It's not super duper realistic, but it is pretty entertaining. So there's that. All right, on to the new one. Drop 2025. A widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment.
I never got that idea.
Yeah, I didn't
I
either.
had the I
Bad
had
description.
I had the thought a couple of times.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
split second.
Yeah, he was too nice. Director is Christopher Landon, also known for Happy Death Day and the upcoming Happy Death Day to Us.
There you go.
Writers are Gillian Jacobs and Chris Roach. Loosely inspired by Olivia Swee's experience at a dinner with her partner, executive producer Sam Lerner, and friend producer Cameron Fuller, where Swee kept receiving random Shrek memes via airdrop.
Shrek.
The whole
Okay.
airdrop thing is a little weird, isn't it? That
It
they
is a
can
little
just
weird,
like
huh?
you can just send shit to a random phone that's close to you without
Seems
like
odd, right?
there's no permissions or like you just drop some shit on
Right.
somebody's phone. What the fuck?
That's kind of weird.
All right. Brian, you want to start us off on this one?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle on this one. There was times where it was good suspense. I like the idea of the airdrop thing. I like the way it was filmed sometimes, how her text messages would be right beside her, or whatever the meme or video she was looking at would be playing behind her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that stuff.
They even show like the reflection of the words in the mirror.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Nice touch.
I like that it was more of a murder mystery in the beginning, a whodunit,
Yeah.
because it kind of made you think it could be this guy, it could be this chick, could be the bartender, it could be the hostess, it could be, like you said, it could be her date, even though I quickly crossed him off the list. Because I was like, this guy is way too fucking nice. I really want to find out what he did to want someone to kill him.
He is way too nice. Way too nice. And he asked for a specific table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see I hear what you're saying. But the one thing that really just kind of didn't sell me on the movie was her.
Uh-oh.
Her acting didn't really sell me. The dread,
Yeah.
her facial expressions to her just looking at her phone and noticing like there's a masked man with a gun standing in your hallway with your sister in one room and your son in another room.
That's true. Realistically, she'd have flipped out right there.
Yeah, I kind of felt like
turned the table over, right? Getting out of there.
There's some flashbacks to some traumatic stuff she went through in the past. I kind of felt like she showed more emotion in those scenes than she did in the scenes where she was getting the airdrops and stuff like that. And she just wasn't selling me throughout the movie. And then the movie goes from whodunit to action the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was a good change up, but by that time I had already been turned off of the movie from just her acting alone. It wasn't the worst acting, but I just think maybe she was just not directed well enough.
Okay. I see
So,
That
and
could be.
Brendan Sklar, the super nice looking guy. From what I understand, he is on a lot of people's fan castings for Batman.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if he's gritty enough.
dude. I don't know who that dude is, but I think he might be able to pull it off.
Well, I know people were talking about him like he was somebody I should know. So
yeah,
I was like, I don't know who he is.
He's in the Yellowstone prequel, 1923. Is that what it is? I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
okay.
plays like the great uncle of Kevin Costner's character, and his name is Spencer Dutton, and he is AJ's new hall pass officially. She
Oh, okay.
announced it.
Well, from what I understand, he's a lot of people's hall passes.
It's a good looking dude. Don't blame her.
And he always plays a super nice guy. So if he were to play a villain, he'd probably pull it off pretty well. It's very disarming, right?
Yeah.
And
That's why I
and
was
real
like, he's a little
and
too
real
nice.
quick, when it was revealed why this person or these people wanted him dead, it was just kind of a generic plot line. I was just kind of like, wah,
Yeah.
wah.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. All right. Lance, what do you think?
There's not a lot to add. I mean, Brian nailed it. You know, it's they definitely needed to find a more dynamic lead. You know, I did kind of enjoy the murder mystery aspect early on, but like, for example, okay, there was one character that they were like going way out of their way to make this character look super suspicious and snaky. And I'm like, it ain't him.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you know, it's like they were just going, they were going way too far out of their way. Usually, well, I mean, I like the happy. I won't say I usually like this director because I think he did some. What did he do? Some of the ghost movies. What are they called? The Ghost Dimension or Paranormal Activity, right?
Paranormal Activity, yeah.
Yeah, not a fan of that series, but I like all the Happy Death Day movies. He did Freaky, right? Freaky was good. It was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He did
So,
Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse. He
and
did
that was
one
great.
too.
That's probably
Great
the
one.
best of everything he's
Great
done.
Oh, he did
But-
Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
That's right. Yeah,
I was
it's
just watching Shia LaBeouf's music video with Sia.
Yeah?
With that little
Oh,
girl,
God.
which is super fucking weird. But it's because Rose was watching Dance Moms, and that's what that little girl is
What?
from.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
That's where
I didn't
she's
know
from.
that.
You guys
I didn't
see
know
his new
He was in
trailer
it.
for this movie called Salvageable?
Haven't heard of this one.
He's got like an Irish accent.
I
Okay.
watched that Peanut Butter Falcon one. It
That was
really
good.
It
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
So he can do some good stuff, but he's weird in real life. He's fucking weird. He likes picks fights with people and shit.
No,
Has
I watched
substance abuse issues, perhaps.
I watched some police body cam footage when he got arrested.
Oh,
And like he's screaming
okay.
in the back of a cop car. He's an insane person.
Ay. All right. Well,
I should probably brought that up in Cool of the Week. I've been watching a lot of body cam, dash cam, doorbell cam.
What?
Just people
On
just
YouTube?
record. Yeah. People
Oh.
are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Do you
Oh,
think those are staged, Brian, or do you think those are legit? Like as
If they were staged, then good job, because I believed every one of them.
Oh no.
Well
the body
done, huh?
cam footage definitely is not. There are just some wild fucking people out
especially
there.
probably in Florida, right?
Particularly, yeah,
You
a lot
know,
of Florida.
my
Particularly
daughter asked.
women who get pulled over for being drunk. Those are the best.
My daughter kept
Okay.
asking, why is every video start out with in Florida?
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, makes perfect sense.
It was like, if we watched like 10 videos, it'd be like 8 videos were like in some random city in Florida. Plant City, Jupiter,
Yeah.
all
Oh,
these.
Plant City. Yeah, that's right down the road from us. Jupiter's just a little bit south of us. Yeah.
But go ahead. Sorry, we were talking about Drop.
Yeah, okay. So to me, the movie was very sluggish. And how long was it? Because it felt like 3 fucking hours to me. It was just slogging along. I did not like the setup at the beginning. Brian, you said you at least appreciated her acting in that scene, but I thought, oh my God, what the fuck are we watching here? This is like a Lifetime movie. And
Just
then,
that little
then we go.
first. Oh, or like with her sister? Or are you talking about that little 30
No,
second
with
snippet at the beginning?
Yeah, the snippet at the beginning, the
Yeah,
flashback,
Now,
right?
her sister,
Um,
maybe they should have swapped
she was
roles because
cool.
I like
Yeah.
the
Oh hell
sister.
yeah, she had
Yeah.
chutzpah, man. I liked her. I liked her a lot. But then again, well, we'll have to get into it in spoilers. It's just like I said, that last movie, right? I don't believe this bullshit. You got to suspend disbelief. Well, that happens in
Yeah.
this one too.
Oh, for sure.
Some
But I
people
mean,
who live that shouldn't live.
oh yeah.
Wait.
Like, man, this guy's awful.
What did you think? What did you think, Philip?
So I was thinking kind of the whole time while I was watching it. It's one of those what would I do in this situation kind of movies.
Okay. Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. You know, I liked that it kind of took me along for the ride. It did drag on a little bit, I think. I didn't hate her acting so much, but it was very like vanilla.
Yeah, I
Like she
wasn't
definitely didn't
saying
stand out.
I wasn't saying she was a bad actress or
Yeah.
anything. It's just
Mhm.
I
Not
don't
right
think
for
she
the
got
role.
the proper maybe neither not right for the role or she didn't get the proper direction.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's just times when she's looking at her phone, especially the scene where the guy's waving the gun, like, you know, I'm at your house,
Yeah.
and it zooms in on her face, and she just not. I don't see terror. I see just like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I'm confused. What's going on?
Why didn't he use Tree from the Happy Death Day movie? She would have.
That
She would have been.
Lance, that would have been fucking awesome because I don't know why that actress, I think Jessica Roth. I don't think I've
Yes.
seen
Yes.
her in a
Jessica
lot
Roth.
since then.
Well, she was in Abigail.
No, that was Catherine Newton.
No, I thought Jessica Roth. Oh, you're right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we've seen her in much.
No,
lately,
she
have we?
was
But she
actually
would have
in
been
that.
better in
She was
this.
in that Boy Kills World, but she wore a fucking motorcycle helmet for the.
Yeah, she had that. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what it was.
Yeah, I didn't hate the movie. I definitely didn't. It kept me entertained the whole time. But there were a lot of, especially once it got towards the end, like at some point during this whole process, I feel like you got to get fed up and do something.
Right.
And she like didn't fucking do anything this whole movie. You know what I mean? She just sort of did what the fuck they told her to do.
Well, I
Right.
mean, she eventually does, but then
Yeah,
you got
sort of.
like 15, 20 minutes left in the movie.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Sorta.
Well, and then she makes another horrific mistake while she's doing that, and then the whole scene. Well, we'll get to it in spoilers. The whole scene at the end, I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Keystone
Like you're just
Cops,
gonna.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll get into it. No, like even at the restaurant, I was like, "How do you even know what the fuck she's talking about right now?" But we'll get there. All right, I guess we'll go scores and spoilers. Brian?
I'm kind of with you. I didn't hate the movie. I kind of seen the trailer. I kind of expected a little more out of it. I thought
I
it was
did
going to
too.
be a little more
Yeah, good
suspenseful than
setup.
it was. Clarified, I don't think she acted bad. She just maybe just wasn't right for the role. And yeah, I looked up the runtime, Lance. It's 1 hour and 40 minutes. They probably could have shaved at least 10 to 15 minutes off the runtime.
Yeah.
They could have and should have, right?
So
Oh,
I'm kind
this
of
felt like a direct to Netflix movie or something to me.
That's exactly what it felt like.
yeah.
I felt a little ripped off that I went to the theater to see it.
Who did this?
Yeah.
Movie?
This seems like it would have been a direct to streaming. You can wait for streaming for this one for sure.
Oh, that's why.
Uh-oh.
Been
Brian?
blummed.
Oh no, we've been blummed.
We've been blummed. Not again.
With that being said,
Blimey.
I'm kind of right in the middle. This movie's a 5.
Okay.
All right. Lance?
I'll be a little more generous. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. I'm not gonna jump up and down. I'm just gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, I think 6 is probably a fair score for this movie because it did keep me entertained. I didn't hate watching it. I'm not gonna remember a whole lot about it next week, but it was all right. I liked it more than I did for sure.
Cool.
All right, spoilers.
There was a
Predictable,
scene.
huh?
There was a scene you were going to bring up at the end.
Yeah, okay. So I had a couple of issues at the end when she figured out who was sending the messages and she like spiked his tiramisu or whatever the fuck it was that he was eating. And then she has to like fucking tell him about it.
Right.
Like you could have just waited for the motherfucker to
Just
die
wait,
and not said
yeah, for the
anything.
shit to kick in. Right.
It would have
Stupid.
saved your new boyfriend. It would have
Mhm.
saved the poor girl behind the counter that got stabbed to death.
Oh God, I felt so bad for her.
I know. I suspected her part of the time.
For a
through the
minute,
movie.
yeah, for a minute.
Yeah,
She
then
was
when she
also
was-
too nice.
Then she was proven not to be anybody but just a bartender, and then she gets stabbed violently to the back with the
Yeah.
giant steak knife.
Yeah, she got a raw deal.
How did he get the dollar bill in the
I
salad?
makes no sense, does it? Makes no sense. They didn't show that after. Did he have somebody working on the inside that
That's
moved
what I
it
was like.
from
Well,
the
it
bar
has
over
to
to
be
the
somebody
salad?
that works there at this point, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it wasn't, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, because he was over there sitting there with the date that was so atrocious or whatever.
Or was he sitting with the date? Maybe the date
Yeah,
was
he
the
wasn't because
because
Oh,
next
the
time
date
we
already left.
next time we saw him, he was not sitting with anybody.
Well, that's because
true.
the date got mad and left because he was staring at her the whole night.
Well, I think she was planted there to get everybody's attention on her instead of what he was doing. Making a scene, you know?
Yeah.
Being
I
a
think
Karen.
we're
I don't know.
making this movie better than it actually is.
Unless she worked in the fucking kitchen, it still doesn't make sense.
No, doesn't make any sense, does it?
And then
Alright.
yeah, she could have just shut the fuck up and not said anything, and then he would have just died in his dessert, and nobody would have been the wiser. But she didn't, and it caused a whole action scene that seemed like it was kind of out of nowhere. And then, so after her boyfriend gets shot, she's like, "Let me have the keys to your car," and he's like, "Yeah, I'll call the cops. Here you go." I'm like, you don't
Right.
even know what the fuck she's talking about. Where did all this
Well,
knowledge come from?
And
why
it's
does
nice-
why does he have the pictures with him?
Also true. Why did you bring them on the
Yeah,
date?
leave them alone. Yeah, that's a great point. And as nice as her house is, guys, as quick as she got there from downtown Chicago, that must be a $7.8 million home
Yeah,
to
no
be
kidding.
that close to the center. She was driving down Michigan Avenue, most expensive part of Chicago, in the middle of the city, and she gets home in time to stop the killer.
Right.
Come on, man.
Who
You
had
know
been
what?
told
Mrs.
to
Bryan was
kill the
right this
family,
whole time.
who had been told to kill the family before that action scene ever started.
Oh no, you guys are talking me down. My score's coming down as we speak.
No, this is your new night swim.
No, it's not. Oh shit, that is the same score.
Yeah,
I've been blummed.
I'd watch this again before I'd watch Night Swim.
yeah.
I've been blummed. That happens every year. It was later in the year this time. Okay.
Because I liked the tension. I liked the whole whodunit atmosphere.
well,
It was just the ending seemed totally out of left field, and then like the
yeah,
hitman.
Ryan Johnson would have done it better, Philip.
Yeah, the hitman at the end who decided he was going to go in and kill the kid. Like, first of all, he had already left the sister alive, and now she's waking
Well,
up.
why-
Yeah.
What
And then
kind
it
of
takes him-
hitman shoots somebody in the arm?
Also true. It takes him 20 minutes to untie the knot to get in the kid's
Oh,
door. Like, what are
man.
we fucking doing?
I'm thinking hitman. I'm thinking 3 shots.
Jason
boom,
Statham.
boom, boom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pop him and get the fuck out. What are you doing?
it was rough.
Trying to help this
He said-
jackass with his job.
He stays there holding the gun at the sister for 10 minutes. Is somebody gonna come in the door and stop me? Come on.
I know.
Isn't somebody gonna come stop me? This is
Yeah.
a movie. Yeesh.
So it
Is that
was.
enough for this week,
Yeah.
guys?
It was all right.
Yeah. Another week and another week we get
All
plumbed.
right.
I like the beginning. I
I think
didn't love the ending.
I agree with you. I think if they would have stayed with the whodunit aspect and just built to a big climax at the end instead of just switching to like an action sequence,
Yeah, it was
car
a different
chase movie, then I think they would have had us just have us guessing who it is up until the very end, and then just reveal end of the movie.
And she was swinging corners better than Chris Evans was. I tell you that. I don't know how this fucking single mom knows how to do that.
She probably wasn't doing her own stunts either. That was Mario Andretti's grandson behind the wheel.
Oh, and the reveal that this old cliche. I took pictures of the mayor.
Sure.
I was just like, well, that's not fun.
Yeah. All right.
This scenario in like 50 other movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least the only political message was politicians are corrupt, which I'm pretty okay with.
Really?
Okay. All right, I think we talked enough about this movie.
As always, we want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. Visit our website, guys. We haven't had as much traffic there lately, so we're still there. www.thehorrorreturns.com. I'm working with Steve to try to come up with some more links and stuff like that to put on there. So we'll see if we can flesh that out a little bit and get more foot traffic in there. But we're all over social, Facebook, not on X. No X anymore.
Somehow that's
we did something
fucking
naughty. We did something naughty, but we don't know what it was. So, all right. Next week.
Pictures of Jenna Ortega again, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Love
my Wednesday pictures.
Moving on. Next week, we're going to be joined. You guys remember? Do you guys even remember Jay Black?
Yeah, America's ass.
Jay is finally coming back. I know he did that Star Wars episode with us where we went through all the new ones. Was that the last time you were on, Jay? I don't know. Let us know, man. But we'll see you next week because we're doing Gothic Vampire Week with Sinners and Interview with a Vampire. So until the horror returns again, Philip.
Good night.
And when she was hanging out of off that through that broken window, and that cloth was just barely on, like a Come on,
I was like, oh, she's
man.
dead. And she's like swinging around like a fucking psychopath.
And then the dude who got shot
still
puts his arm down. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna go probably see if I can talk AJ into watching that last Black Mirror episode.